Okay. Is everything good? Alright.
I
Hey, baby! Alright, I
yes,
already started the stream. I'm just sharing it around a bit.
yes.
Because we're finally about to do the D&D tag. Just sent it to Kay, because Kay was like, what are you doing? Um... I'm just sharing it around. Before we get started. And right now, I've had this up the whole time since like the last stream I did earlier. But I've been working on a character
Yeah.
portrait for Felix in Dethroned.
Leaks. Let me. What is your YouTube? Going to YouTube. Yes. I'm also watching the Lizard tier list.
Okay, so just gonna share it around a little bit, and then we can get the D&D tag started. Yay!
Yes. Gigante. So yes, we now have the legend Sanguinius. My Primarch.
What?
That's what Felix. I showed you who Sanguinius is. Like how similar, except without the eyes. Because like Sanguinius's armor it's what's gold. It's got like a bunch of eyes on it. Yours has like has the sun on it. But the thing is that in the lore, Sanguinius is very similar. He's like the golden child of. He's the good boy of Warhammer, and he's kind of like as you described Felix. Uh, as you described Felix, like their characters are very similar. Uh, although Sanguinius is dead, he sacrificed himself for the greater good because he loves his dad very much. And I have a feeling that like what I don't know why, but something about his design and like that armor. Um, hmm. Something tells me he would wear like a cape or something. But that's just me, like a sun cape.
Aw.
And it's like it's an enchanted sun cape, and like it's got like really cool like abilities too,
Oh, nice.
like allowing or is he an ASMR?
No. So he is a little more complicated that I don't know if you remember. He is technically a demigod.
Okay.
He is a son of Sol, and he is literally born from one of her tears.
Yeah, sounds about right.
he
Part of me
he
think
is literally like a hero created from a sun drop, and
something tells me he'd have a lot more an ethereal looking appearance. Yes, he's a demigod, but like he would have like more like golden skin or something like that.
well, his skin does glow.
That's true.
And
I
so
mean,
does
that's
his
true.
hair. Do you not see it?
I know it's. I see it. I know it's. See. I could see it glow like that little yellow shimmer.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like his skin itself is just like straight up a metallic kind of color that cannot be untarnished. That cannot be tarnished in whatever way, shape, or form. I think that would just go to his armor, though. Is he like the nice Gilgamesh with the golden armor or something?
He's a literal white knight.
White Knight? Yeah.
Yes.
Griffith! Sorry, I had to do it.
He's like if Griffith wasn't an asshole.
Yep. I guess what makes Berserk so good, to me at least, is because of Griffith and Guts' relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the highlights. It's the highlight. And, the good guy wears black, and the bad guy wears white. I just thought that was, like, really cool. And now, Guts is becoming a hero now. And when he got the Berserker armor, his hair is white. And Griffith, as Femto, has black and darker colors. I just like the use of that. I don't know. It just kind of lives in that kind of setting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what other color schemes that Felix would probably have. He would probably have like yellow rimmings, like little rims over there, or maybe his chainmail would be.
Trying to do like different kind of goldish sheens on some of the high points.
Mm-hmm. Does he have like a sun or I was thinking maybe he could have teardrops on his shoulder pads.
Do you not see? Do you not see it?
I don't. It doesn't show up.
He has
It's
a
not showing
sun with teardrop outlines, and it's going to be all different kinds of colored gems.
Okay, no, I get the chest piece, but the shoulder pads is what I'm saying.
No, it's just going to be on the
All right.
shoulders.
Yeah, the shoulder pauldrons are just kind of like there.
They're kind of plain.
We have a seer who's just a regular human hanging out with demigods.
I don't like this. It just looks like someone peed on him.
Oh no!
Okay.
Change it to like a more like grayish or light blue kind of shine, if that makes any sense. Yeah, try like a blue or like a blue
'cause
shine.
His color
right?
palette is much too warm.
Hmm. How about like a kind of like a sky color, like a dawn?
That's. I'll figure it out.
All right, just making suggestions.
It's just really, really hard to shade white.
The Kirby gif.
Oh, hi, Rennie! She's lurking in the stream. Hi, Rennie!
Hey Ren. Yo Rennie.
Ran.
What's up?
So, yeah, I'm just trying to add some dimension to the armor. Because I think I do want to stick with it being all white, but, fuck. It's really difficult. My brush is still too heavy. What?
Hmm.
You laughed. What did you laugh at?
No, I was breathing.
Oh, I thought you were laughing. I was
I
like,
just
what are you
no, I was
laughing
breathing
at?
funny. I was breathing funny. It happens. Hmm.
That's fine. Fine enough. Roll 20 always butchers the fucking quality anyway.
Yeah. I was thinking of like a watercolor kind of texture to his stuff.
Did I see? Wow, Rex. Wow, Rex. You
What?
really did that. I did all the shading on a separate layer. And it was supposed to be on the same layer. Good job, Rex. Good fucking job.
Oh man. Don't you hate it when that happens? Like fucking like you're doing art, then you're on the wrong layer, or just like you forgot to put the other layer in. It's just like, God damn it, what's going on?
Yeah, it's fine. Love that.
Griffith! Griffith!
Love that. Love that for me.
I actually look like a femboy with like my bangs covering my eyebrows.
You do not look like a femboy with your hair like that. That's like the bare minimum femboy, baby.
I know it's bare minimum, but it's just like, oh no. I look like I'm 14. You know this.
You do look like you're 14.
I don't mean to even. I don't even mean to. Damn it.
Try placing the fact color and then using an airbrush for the gradient. That is a good idea. Thank you, Rin. I will try that. Although I might actually need to do that on a separate layer. Let's see. Might try that Dawn thing. The Dawn color palette. That does not look too nice as an overlay. Wait. Oh, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! That's the layer I needed to be doing it on! I am idiot. muddle the colors a bit more. Yeah, just slightly. Just like a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to do the chainmail on his side. And then I'd actually be, like, after I do the jewels and stuff, I'm gonna be done with him. So if anyone's got any suggestions to what to draw, let me know.
Yes.
And in the meantime, let's do that first question of the D&D tag. So the first one, what was your first D&D character? Baby, you want to go first?
I'd say you can go first for this one.
Okay. So my first ever D&D character was a half-elf sorcerer for a campaign that my friend Jillian's sister's boyfriend, I think now fiance, he wanted to run a D&D game for the first time. And, Jillian was like, hey, we want more people for D&D. Do you want to play D&D? And I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. Because we had always tried to play D&D before until then, and every single time we've had someone either, like, fall out or just, like, nothing would happen. So, I was like, finally, a solid group, and it's gonna be a short game anyway, but, like, it's gonna be good. You know what? I do not care. It's D&D. I'm excited. And so I was like, I'm gonna be a elf sorcerer. So I was a half-elf sorcerer named Vanya, who was chaotic neutral, because I had no idea about alignments and shit. And he was very fabulous, very easily swayed by the allure of power and ambitious. But, like, I didn't really get to play that until the end, when I just decided he was gonna run off with, like, the evil wizard that, basically, so, like, his backstory was, like, Rumpelstiltskin, kind of. And, so, like, he was the son of a human and an elf noble, and they were very happy together. But he was only, like, born from them because they were both infertile and decided to go to, like, a warlock to, be able to have baby. But that warlock was the servant of a silver dragon, like an ancient silver dragon. And that dragon was like, yeah, we will let you have baby, but your first baby is mine. To train as my apprentice. And, they were like, yeah, sure. And then they loved Vanya so much that they were like, no, we are not going to give you up. And then the silver dragon destroyed an entire village in anger to kill them. And, so they sent baby Vanya away to a, academy or something. Because he was a very learned boy. He was a sorcerer who went to school. And, he was at school, like this all-boys school, never knew who he really was, never knew why he had these dragon powers or anything. And so, he decided to go adventuring to find out why he has this power. And, at the end of the thing, like, we all got to come up with our own epilogues and stuff, and I was like, I don't know why I did this. Because everyone, like, had this really happy ending of, like, someone invented the waffle and came up with the Waffle House. And then
Holy
meanwhile,
shit.
fucking Vanya was like, yeah, I'm going to be an apprentice and consort to the dragon that killed my parents.
Oh my god.
So that was my first ever D&D character.
I am playing my first ever D&D character in the campaign. Actually, I made him, and while not being able, while not even knowing how to fucking play D&D in the first time I know I met, I I, I gave him,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like when we first met, then uh for that one specific D&D game, and then just never again. And
Right.
now he's in Dethroned. Yeah, it's a kill. Akil's original concept, it was kind of inspired by certain real world events, considering Duterte in the Philippines. What he was doing there recently, and I kind of wanted to have a more sympathetic, as well as like a support character. Well, I thought was going to be like a support character, which he is, and because I wanted to be like the sidekick kind of character, for my first D&D game, I wanted to do like a side. I wanted to do that and just be learning through osmosis as I play the game,
Mm-hmm.
while not really knowing the mechanics, which bit me in the ass because clerics are one of the hardest things to actually play when you're playing it for the first fucking time. Which was not. I don't recommend playing clerics at like at if you're still a beginning or still starting out as a D&D player. Uh, it just it's just not gonna go over well for you because it's a lot of like memorizing, it's a lot of like other bullshit, and it's just like a lot of it's just a mess. Which is it's not a bad thing, but like you'll definitely be better and have more fun as while beginning as like say a fighter, but like in spellcast, also a paladin.
I actually
Because
got the
paladins and
hang
stuff
of
like that,
Sorcerer
yeah.
pretty quickly whenever I played
That's
Vanya.
because yeah. Sorcerers. I'm not saying that there's certain spellcasters that are actually like viable, like they're easy to like learn. They don't take as much like management. But clerics are one of those support classes that you gotta at least know what you're doing. Um,
Oh my gosh, it
Now,
looks like he's got Christmas
yeah.
lights on his
Aww.
breastplate.
Aww. Oh my
Love
god,
it.
he's the bitch that like took out the Grinch. I knew it.
He would have
Anyways,
100% fought the Grinch in a Denny's parking lot.
yes. Um, I'd say so. Like as I learned more through a seer, and then as I like researched a little bit more on how to play a cleric and how deep like the 5E rules. Like I was able to wrap my head around them. I was like, okay, I can play a cleric now, and now he's in Dethroned, and he was originally just supposed. I thought was he like supposed to be like a warlock or something? I don't know. He was a
No,
warlock and a cleric.
you kept him as a cleric, if I
Yeah,
remember
I just
correctly.
wanted to. Yeah, he was just like a normal like cleric without the guns. He didn't have guns at that point. But now he does.
You gave him guns.
Yeah, I gave him guns. No, I didn't give him guns like when the first time like, because he had a staff,
Hmm.
and but like now he has guns. Because he went through a couple of his design was totally different. His hair was parted, you know. He was a lot softer looking.
Millennium in the
Actually, no,
chat says
he
newbie
wasn't. Yeah,
casters go charisma based. They tend to be easier. Absolutely.
yeah, charisma. Yeah, it also charisma based will help you with role playing a lot more because especially if you're into the role playing aspect more so than the gameplay aspect, which I think with me over time as I kind of grew and learned a little bit more about how combat works, I kind of found a way to like stylize it and in my head if I were to DM, and I still love role playing a lot. It's just that like as I slowly got more accustomed to the game, um, the combat I could actually like use combat as a part of a role play and do it effectively this time, because like while like role playing like in person and solving puzzles, those were like
Mm-hmm.
um, it was also like having those initiative roles, how knowing what works and what is being done. Um, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like there's an attack button or anything like that, or like this time you can use like this action to do this. I like what D&D does, like the fifth edition does. It does actions rather than oh you can attack or just do this. It's not as like restrictive. It's doing whatever you want as an action, but like within a certain amount of reason. So, and you can get creative. You can get creative and think outside the box with enough of that. So, yeah.
I just finished.
So that's why like
Felix. Oh wait. Wait! I gotta. No, I just realized
Yeah, he looks
a
great.
mistake.
Oh wait, I think I know what.
His the color from his armor got into his hair. His luxurious blonde locks, his golden retriever locks.
I'm thinking of like a sound, like a spot, like some, like a sound or OST like for Felix's theme. I think you already have it because he's your character, he's your NPC, he's all yours. But like I'm just thinking of something that would be fitting for him.
Okay. I kind of want to draw Vanya now, actually.
Vanya. Yeah. Oh yeah. Get back to the to our like our D&D session with Rib and everyone else.
Oh, I finished that.
Oh, did you already finish that?
Yeah, I finished it on the stream that I did earlier.
Oh.
It's in art and stuff if you want to see it, and it's in my server.
Chotto. Chotto. It's so good.
Thank you.
Oh.
I tried really hard.
Fucking frog.
But alright, next question then.
And Prince Ramon.
Which D&D class is your least favorite to play, or do you not want to play? For me, I don't find myself particularly drawn to, druids as much as I thought I would be. I mean, I'd still like to play one, but I do tend to find myself more drawn to sorcerers and warlocks in like charisma or wisdom based like clerics. Well, clerics you don't really have to be like one type, even though it is a wisdom based class. Clerics are very versatile. I'm not really drawn to druids. Not really drawn to barbarians or fighters. I don't know, I just really like having the ability to cast. And I know there's like Eldritch Knight and stuff where you can cast as a fighter, but like as far as well actually no. Like I don't think there's a class that I don't want to play. There are just like characters that I haven't made a lot of, and I think Druid hits the mark there.
Yeah. I'm sort of in that same boat. Because after Marisha Ray, I loved her as
Keyleth.
as Keyleth, but the thing is that there was some trouble there, and I don't blame her.
It's a hard
really
class.
don't. Yeah, the thing about like druids is that like you can combo them into like tanks. They're basically, while they are support and they function as support, they can be fucking tanks.
Mm-hmm.
They're the type of caster that's made to be kind of tanky, but with its own caveats and everything else. And while you can play a druid very well, and there are lot of cool ways to like have some fun druid shenanigans over there. There's when it comes to like actual like versatility, there's some things that the cleric does better. Um, and it doesn't have that. While it does have like the nature and nature thing going for it, it kind of,
Well, I mean, I think it's
for
the
me at
only
least,
class that
yeah.
has wild shape.
It's the only class that has wild shape, and yes, you can get a lot out of that, especially when you're interacting with animals. Um, and you can get some really cool characters out of those very same animals as well as like just find ways to just really assert yourself as like the survivalist as well as a good go around if need be. But other than that, like when it comes to character stuff, it's possible. Don't get me wrong, it's possible. It's just a little bit more difficult in those kinds of storylines of like community or whatever usual things that tie druids together.
Yeah.
Some of their powers are not really kind of my aesthetic personally, but I do respect some of the nature themes that they have going on. But I will, and however, some of those nature themes are also being um, kind of like overshadowed because other classes are also going into that same nature kind of vibe, but a little bit more aesthetically my kind of deal. Cough, cough, barbarian, cough, cough,
Yeah,
uh,
you're so
paladin.
drawn towards like tanky, like masculine power fantasy kind of types of characters. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
see you playing like the wise nature hippie crunchy druid type.
I can't. I can do like the wise older characters. Like I wanted to do. I have a character that's like a dwarf, but like that I save that wisdom for more monks, like monks or or someone that's aging, like an aging rogue possibly. Um, there's a lot more there's also but like older fighters and old or even older wizards and spellcasters. They can prove to be characters that I can pull off. I just haven't gotten the time to actually get to them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a wizard, and chances are he's going to most likely. Actually, no, less wizard, more artificer, because being tech junkies, just making shit is like, and being that mad scientist is really appealing to me. Um, but also those philosopher types, aside from just like wanting like knowledge intellectually, there's also just an appeal to those characters that have like, okay, this is useful because lore dump and I know shit. I know what I'm talking about. And but also like I can get everyone else out of a pinch just in case and there's also a power fantasy of like being a spellcaster. Spellcasters have some fucking ridiculous stuff and the versatility on them on certain spells and cantrips if you're good with them can pretty much uh they allow you to be the most creative in combat. You don't have to like blast the shit out of things. You can use certain spells to hide. You can use certain spells to just pass by folks. You can use certain spells to even sway things into your favor. That's why bards are also a good. Another one I've tried. Oh my god, they're fun. Um, the thing is that I just suck at being a bard. Like when it I, bleh. So I can't speak right now.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it's when I have to actually act like a bard, where they're supposed to be some of them are supposed to be charismatic in their own way, but I just failed. I'm thinking of insults for a character, and I just fall flat. I just I just do some sort of or do something stupid that's not. See, the thing is I don't know. I don't know. Just like trying to play a bard character and actually going through with and saying and talking shit. A shit talking bard is like one of my favorite things that I would want to do, but pulling it off, I'm not great at doing. In fact, I talk a lot more shit as warriors and other, you know, more like simplistic stuff because I don't have to manage spells. Because, well, you know, charisma is like one of those things I actually have trouble with. But I would like to play other things like that are of. I'm getting off topic.
It's all right. That's the fun thing
Yeah,
about
I'm going around. I'm doing a rant.
That's the
Yeah.
fun thing about this tag. It's fun to like have a little conversation with it. So number
Yeah.
3,
I'm.
what
Yeah, I started to
D&D
ramble. Yeah, I
spell
started to
would you
ramble.
most want to have in real life? When you were going through the tag last night and doing this, and we were just like talking about it last night. I know I said Magnificent Mansion. My answer still stands. Just because like I wouldn't want to like you wouldn't have to pay for a hotel whenever you travel. You could literally like have a place anywhere that you go. Hell, like if you're at work
Yeah,
and you're
mortgage
like
wouldn't.
oh shit, I forgot my keys at home. You could just cast Magnificent Mansion and like of course like spell slots uh like ignoring spell slots, like if you could just like cast it over and over again, you could like just be like, oh, I forgot such and such thing at home, let me go grab it, and you can just like go to the bathroom and then you step into your house. Like it's kind of great.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's see, Vicious Mockery would be a great cantrip to possess.
Yeah, it's really. I just suck at
I
coming
would
up with insults on
love-
the spot.
I would love to deal psychic damage to every transphobe that comes across my path.
I just need to be more witty when I come up with insults because I can't bring myself to actually. Well, I can't insult someone, but like effectively, I don't know.
I'm pretty witty.
There's a lot.
I have my moments.
I have my moments too, but like they sometimes, but when those moments come, they're not for when I need them. I mean, I could just pull up a bunch of like insults that I could find on the internet or something like that, and then just like use those as my insults. Now that I think about it, like the practicality of just having a house just like that's with you is really nice. Yeah. Although there are some really cool stuff that are less offensive. Like I'd say something that's very like you like that you can utilize like very well. No, I'm not so sure exactly what that is. I know I went with like um I went with teleport. Yeah, I went with teleport for a while, but also cure wounds as well as just like healing crossed my mind too because of the field that I'm going in.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's basically it.
Yeah. Lynn says, Magnificent Mansion, you wouldn't really need rent either. Considering how clumsy I am, either guidance or cure wounds would work really well for me. Alright, so the next question. What is your
Stub your toe
favorite
in some shit.
D&D monster? I love Displacer Beasts. Vampires,
Yeah, baby.
technically, because they are a monster in the monster manual.
With Kenny.
And
I mean, you're Kenny.
shut the fuck up. In case it wasn't obvious. I mean, Beholders are classic. But like out of all the monsters, definitely the ones that you'd be able to cuddle are my favorites.
Yeah. There's
Also,
also the
also
fluffy elephant.
lycanthropes.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's not just the werewolves, it's the werebears, the were like things, like just anything were anything. It's just really nice. Um,
I'm gonna have another soju shot.
yeah. I'm a basic bitch. I like kaiju. I'm a basic bitch and I know it.
Kaiju aren't in the monster manual.
There's a Tarask that's about as kaiju as we can get.
Okay.
It's a giant monster that smashes shit. It's the strongest thing out there. And physically, you can. But the thing is that like what I like about the Trask is how people take it out. The stories on how people take out a goddamn raging thing that even puts like that makes dragons go, yeah, I'm not touching that. Um, yeah, it just interests me. Like, how the fuck are you going to deal with this rampaging Godzilla thing that's just like chilling out there too?
Oh my god, it
Um,
just hit me.
yeah.
It's like the only one of the few like Fate characters I really remember, but Vanya's design is very, or like at least his hairstyle is very similar to Waver from Fate.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I remember him having like little front thingies and beads.
Yeah. Hmm. Although I do like the possibility of a cadaver collector. Cadaver collectors, I can actually think of stuff that could be really cool to have in with cadaver collectors. You know what cadaver collectors are?
No idea.
So, what a cadaver collector is, let me go get all monsters. Uh, 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 Collector. So, what a cadaver collector? It's in Warden Canaan's Home of Foes. It's it's a large construct and it's lawful evil. But I do have like character ideas of like it being a good guy.
Yeah.
So what these things are, they're basically ancient machines of war, and they just kind of just walk around the blasted plains of Acheron. Uh, so they're just known for just walking around like battlefields. Like after like a battle is done, you'll most likely see a cadaver collector just collecting shit,
Mm-hmm.
collecting bodies, just like and it has like spikes on its. It looks like it almost looks like a an Umber Hulk, but not really. It's think of a mechanical Umber Hulk that it has spikes all over it. It has spears, swords, and it's basically a Harrian of things to come. And it has a paralyzing breath, and which it can like release to paralyze folks. And because they're ancient war machines, they usually like in their official lore, like they are called upon by like necromancers, a hobgoblin, or whatever evil thing to like be made and just sweep the floor with everybody. But what's really cool about them is that they can only respond to a summon from a mortal only when they have like a great. They're only like I'm trying to like find ways to word it. They can't talk in the traditional sense. What they can do is that they can sort of resurrect spirits or like have spirits talk for them.
Oh.
So you don't need to eat or sleep, of course, and they're like conjured berserkers. They're just some of them are they just call upon these specters to they're usually very weak, and that's why they kind of gather all of these dead bodies and put them on there so it can like use its souls to it's the souls of the dead to project and speak for it. But granted, they can just paralyze fuckers, and They can have like an army of them. They have an endless supply of them if given time. If you give them enough time, they can summon an army of spectators, and while they're weak, numbers will crush you. Uh, Now, what I kind of see them as is that they just as these guys like wander the battlefield collecting stuff and collecting dead things and gathering stuff from like fallen enemies, you name it. The party can just come along and just interact with it. I wonder what those interactions would be. Chances are it's gonna kill you, and it will use its like specter summoning abilities to steamroll the party. But I do like the idea of a good cadaver collector, where it just is this ancient machine that's seen a lot of war, knows a lot of war, probably knows a lot more than you do. And or it's just like this kind of nomadic like Odin kind of character. And while it can't speak for itself, it uses the bodies that it collects, as well as just like be a walking armory. It can be a walking blacksmith stuff, or like he can sell you stuff at a price, etc., etc. Give you magic items, or just be like a mentor kind of character of like battle. And while its intelligence is like at a 5, it's not the smartest thing. It's a good brute force kind of character. I would like to bump up its intelligence to give it that. Oh, I know some shit. I know what goes along right here. And I don't know. The interactions could be really nice. Sometimes, like maybe you get to speak with a fallen comrade for the last time, and it speaks for you. It speaks on like their behalf. Little like emotions like that. Because I have like a cadaver collector NPC that, because it's a big fucking thing, and it's very fucking imposing. No one's gonna like let it in, so it's just like this. I just picture this like ragged, kind of like robe, like a brown, like coat. No, not coat. It's like a blanket over it.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to hide its face and try to hide its identity. Just like walking around, and sometimes it has like sage counsel. It's an old construct of like history and everything else.
Malin,
but
you're
yeah.
so right. How could I not have brought up Were Ravens? Oh my god, with my love for the fucking
Were Ravens are thing.
Keepers of the Feather in Strahd.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
God, I'm trying to like remember what his outfit looked like, but also like revamp the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very difficult. Next question in the tag. What's your favorite NPC/villain that you've encountered/created? I have encountered a lot of NPCs. I have created a lot of NPCs. As somebody who has been blessed with the generally always the DM, never the player lifestyle. So, with that, I'll go first with my favorite NPC I've encountered. And I think that might be... Oh, I really gotta think on this one. Well, in BBB, I think my favorite NPCs are Curtis Boldskin, Captain So, oh gosh, what's his fucking name? The Goliath. Oh my god. Yeah, the Goliath, who was one of the... Oh my god, he's another ruler.
Oh. God, it's been such a long time since I looked at his sheet.
Oh my god, what's his name?
Valig
Stormbringer.
Valig.
Yeah. They're my favorites in BBB. And then outside of our like campaigns and everything, we never really met the guy. But in the Storm King's Thunder game that Malin and I were in, and Malin, you're gonna fucking die at me bringing this up. So we had a player who had a drunken master goblin who came across this tome of exercise techniques and strength building written by one Glorious Goon, and it was autographed. And Glorious Goon basically is like High Elf Fabio meets The Rock. And I wish we got the chance to actually meet Glorious Goon, but we did not. And I really wish we did.
Huh.
And then as far as NPCs that I have created, Oscar for sure. He's not an NPC I DM, but he is an NPC I created, Mr. Half-Orc Ewan McGregor. But other than him, I'm thinking about like the dethroned NPCs and villains. Abraxas Andrai is one of them. I really like Abraxas.
You haven't seen him in a while.
Abraxas and Nolan. And Mordred.
Yeah.
Even though you guys haven't seen Mordred at all.
We have not. Yeah. I love Mordred.
I've been putting a lot into Mordred behind the scenes.
He has a build up. The party knows his name. He is everywhere, but like nowhere, and I like that. It's like Fire Lord. You know how you don't see Fire Lord Ozai?
That's exactly
like
why I'm like. And it's funny because that's the exact opposite of like the other big bad that I ran, Strahd, where Strahd like flaunts his power and his control and everything any chance he gets, and you don't like obviously put him in front of the PCs every single moment, but whenever you run Curse of Strahd, he is always there.
Yeah, he's just there, like
Mordred
shaking your
runs
ass.
the rest of the scene, but everybody under his thumb does all the work for him. And like I've put so much into his like origin and the things that he does, and I've made him complex but not sympathetic. And that's a quality I absolutely love in villains, to where, like, you can understand them, but you don't excuse their actions. And then, I also love Malachi, the Furbolg, so much. He hasn't shown up again, but I also love the, like, Nurse Joy-esque quality I have with every Furbolg shop. Always has a Lucinda. They always have a Lucinda. And as far as like allies and everything go, my favorite ally I've given you guys is probably Flux. You know, she's been there since the beginning. You guys absolutely adore her. And she's pretty complicated too. She's done some stuff that she's not proud of. You haven't like asked her about it or anything yet, but she has definitely done stuff that she is not proud of. What about you, baby? Squib, yeah, that was the goblin character in our game. His name was Squib. You still thinking about your answer?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Okay.
So NPCs. Um, thing is I've just like the NPCs that I have got shown you guys. I've made either you have not met, or you've only seen a little bit of, and or I've just not gotten attached to them as much as I thought I would. Um, and we've met them so sporadically is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, although I still do like my I still love Magmortor, the fucking blacksmith dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He was fun to like make, and he feels like a cool like NPC like I'll make your magic items kind of character because I like blacksmiths. But extremely like powerful blacksmiths are also really interesting to me. Um, I remember being inspired by Dark Souls, and he just came to my mind. Uh, as for antagonists that I've created, there's quite a lot of them. Um, I don't know, dude. I know that Eric is like on your hit list. He's on everybody's hit list.
Fuck
Eric
Eric.
was like, yeah, Eric's on everybody's hit list.
Fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, it's good. You should hate him. Um, although I do have like another, but like in terms of NPC villains, I was trying to think of something that's a little bit more consistent. So, what I did was that there was just like this one really cool idea, which I originally had this idea for a more evil, traditionally evil, but also kind of rivalry. He sort of acts like Strahd, but that's for like another campaign if I can ever get to it. It's a dragon, and he's going around messing up stuff. But I have not yet been able to implement him, and I don't think he's going to show up in BBB. So I would probably like try something, but eh. Because there's quite a couple of antagonists.
What about NPCs you've encountered?
NPCs I've encountered. So NPCs I've encountered. Everyone loves Ignatia, but I will say the very first couple of like NPCs that we did like that I did take a liking to was aside from Flux, she's precious. There is Quill. Quill was actually I thought I could have some of them, but you know.
You
I
wanted
just
to
liked
have
his
sex
dynamic
with
some
Quill?
of the crew. I didn't want to have sex with Quill. I just wanted to like interact with him just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm biased like that, so. I do like what we have so far with some of some of the members of the Resistance. The Resistance members, the most prolific one that we have interacted with so far, and the most consistently is with Ignatia.
Yeah.
Now, and which gives me a bias there. But before that, if I had to pick something before that, it probably would have been, Quill, because he doesn't seem the type to, because he is like the most neutral out of all of them. As for antagonists, I do like Nolan, although House Greymound, and just
Well, you
general.
made up House
I enjoyed.
Greymound.
I enjoy. Yeah, I like House Greyman was like one of those things that I made up for Rex to use, and I just like how they're being portrayed so far.
I'm literally giving Vanya this waist cincher that I found on Killstar that I want.
Oh my god!
I want it. Buy it for me. I'm kidding. No, do not. I will murder you. I will murder you if you buy it for me.
Okay.
Do not spoil me. I will murder you. But be happy about you spoiling me.
Hmm.
But I will still murder you.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay, next question. Has one of your characters ever died, and what killed
Yeah.
them?
Oh yeah. I haven't.
I have not had a character die yet.
Oh. I haven't. Yeah. Oh, I haven't. What else a thing aside from NPC? It's the NPCs I made, but also like, what ally have I made? Right? Because you named Flux.
Yeah, I did also talk about allies. The question in general is just what NPCs have you encountered or created that are your favorite. So it doesn't have to be
Oh.
villains.
Okay. So aside from this is not like my villains, but that I created, but I still enjoy. I think I'll always enjoy playing Oscar. Well, no, you created Oscar. No, it's no,
I
you
did
created
come up
Oscar.
with
No,
Oscar,
trash that.
but
Let
you
me
have
come up with something
encountered
else.
him.
I know. It was probably I had some of the more fun moments with Snowfall. Just Snowfall and Captain Snow.
I
And
love
Captain So.
Snowfall. He's so
Al-
precious.
Also Goo Goo.
We love
Goo
Goo
is
Goo in
fun.
this house. We
He's
stand Goo Goo.
he's the scourge of God.
Indeed, he is.
Some eldritch horror comes up, and he's the one to call. Okay, so I died in a one shot with Rex DMing. Of course, the first death is Ogrid. How very fitting. He was fated to die. He died via Dragon Ball reference.
I
Rex, you
actually
still
allowed
there?
it. I am
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ogrid. He was destined to die.
Indeed, he was, because he
Ain't gonna
is
live long
dead
enough
in
to see
the
you.
dethroned canon.
Yeah. Thors. It's just a shot of Thors. I remember Yukimura like drew a panel or like the little thing, and Thors is in the background just like looking up at the sky, and you could see his ghost, like his little chibi ghost, like coming out of his mouth.
Oh my god.
Great.
Alright. I have not had a character of mine die yet. Thankfully.
You got close. You got close a couple times.
Oh, Mullen wants to join in.
I almost killed Temperance a couple times.
Mullen's
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
join in. I told them we're in the
Yeah.
server. My server. Hey!
I did not realize you were just in the server because I'm kind of dumb.
Oh, it's okay. No, don't worry about it.
I was listening along to the stream. I have an interesting character death.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, my first character death in like the second campaign I played. It was Ramos.
Ramos died?
Twice, actually.
Damn.
Don't
But
worry,
he
he
came
got
back.
better.
He got better.
He got
Yeah.
better, obviously.
The first time was dumb, the second time was badass. The second time he was fighting basically a devil queen. The first time, though, party was in a pit, like a champion pit, because Talanis wanted to fight shit, and Ramas got killed by by a hag's claw to the face. And as he was rolling death saves, a goblin came over to try and heal him. They rolled a nat 1. He died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was fun. And it was early in the campaign too.
All right.
Shit happens, man.
So the next question is, what's your best natural 20 story? I don't know. The only one I was really able to think of off the top of my head was the very first natural 20 performance check I ever rolled with Temperance,
Ooh.
which was when she flipped off of that dinosaur thing to meet and greet with Curtis Boldskin, and that was the first
Hello, Lawrence.
ever. That was the first ever natural 20 I ever rolled with her.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, she's gonna do a front flip, triple axel off of this dinosaur, and then bend and snap. And that's like the first one I can think of, but I know I've had better. I know I've had better than just the bend and snap.
Lawrence,
Hmm.
were you trying to say something? You were quiet.
No. My dad told me like to not sleep in because I got shit to do in the morning.
Yeah, don't sleep in.
I got
But yeah, that's about all I can think of.
2 with Ramos again. I played him for like 2.5 years. I got a lot of stories with that dude, with that goober. One was when he managed to pull a marrow out of the water and drag it 15 feet onto land, cackling like a maniac.
Oh my gosh.
No, he managed to pull it out of the water. And they're much bigger and stronger than he is. The other was during a trial, and Ramos was basically speaking for the party because everyone except him and Talanis got captured, and it was basically do well or you're fucked. He managed to roll in at 20 and got, let's just say some people in the crowd outside were ooh-woo to this man who was supposedly a criminal who killed the Empress.
Mama, I'm in love with a criminal.
He didn't. None of them killed the Empress. She was assassinated by Drow assassins.
I don't know, the recent nat 20s that I was getting in the campaign were pretty good. I'd say the one would definitely be like Rib. He's trying to learn speaking common. Okay, he knows it, but but I'd say a good one. It's not really rolled by me, but it still kind of was followed because of me. Was chopping off Ezek's arm with a bear trap.
Nice.
You could not make that shit up. That shit was just like, it was like poetry. It was cinematic as fuck because it was released, and I planned to use that. I planned to use that fucking thing for to get that arm off, and it got cut off by some miracle.
And then the next...
As for a Sears Nat 20, As for a Sears Nat 20s, he hasn't had a lot now that I think about it. He's had several. But most of them were involving killing things. Yeah. I've noticed that he rolls low in social situations, but he rolls high when it comes to combat.
All that means to me is that Asir is adorably awkward.
Yeah, he's an awkward dude.
But he's been through shit. He has an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the next question then is, what is your best natural one story? As far as natural ones go, I can't remember. I think it was just a basic carousing roll, but the only thing I can really think of is when we had that game where I was playing Stefan, and he got so drunk he woke up the next morning naked, covered in feathers, and with his face made up in a sorority house, and like his ass was like bright red, and there were paddles everywhere. And as soon as our DM gave that description, I pulled up a picture of Lil Pound Cake, and I was like, "This is what his face looks like."
Yes. I love Seven. He's such a dumbass.
Oh my god, yes. What a fucking himbo. He was a himbo before I knew what himbos were.
Yes.
Huh.
He was awesome.
Best Nat 1 story. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You try not to think about natural ones.
The thing is that natural ones can be funny, like can be really, really funny and a
absolutely.
memorable story for it. Is that they usually sucked on mine, but I don't mind that in some cases. Was it in that one that made a seer drop his pants?
Yes.
Yeah, that was probably one.
Yes, it was.
Didn't Arenda fall into a crate of beans because of a nat 1?
Yes.
I
I believe
that's right.
so.
got stuck.
Oh, I think it was a low, something about a low roll with a seer. Like when people were talking about some shit, like it was when I don't know if it was Nat 1 or not, but like everyone was talking in some sort of tongue, or in like some sort of, I think it was thieves' cant, and like a seer is like, speak common. Or they're speaking something about the multiverse or something with intelligence based, and he rolls in that one and is just like, speak common, damn it.
Okay, the next question. What's the highest level you've ever played a character to? For me, that is actually, I think, Temperance. We're at like level 7 or 8 now, right?
Levels.
Yeah, that's the highest level I've played a character to.
I've played a 16th level character.
Hmm.
It was Ramos.
What about you, baby?
So far, Seer's the highest. Yeah, Seer's the highest.
This is just like level 10.
Yeah, level 10.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he level 11?
No, he's level 10.
I cannot keep track of what level the characters in that party are. I can barely keep track of Arenda's levels because everyone's at different levels. Meh.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to know is that like Celis, Asir, and Joanna are higher levels than
Everybody else.
the rest of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite magical item? For me, I really like, what is it? I like spell scrolls in general.
Yeah, they're cool.
Because I think it's very, I like to think of it as a very convenient, like, one-stop, like, if you're a high enough level wizard or caster for it, you can easily just, like, pick up a spell if you need it, like, just for one use. I also really like, the Deck of Many Things. I think that's everybody's answer.
That was just chaos.
Because it's so chaotic. You have the, like, option to go for it or not, and, it could either, you could either reap such high rewards or suffer horribly. And it's I mean, it's a campaign ender for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of many things because of all the bullshit that it entails.
I'd have to like look at a list of the magic items to think and be like, oh, I
Yeah.
really like this one, or oh, I really like that one.
Yeah, me too.
That is a difficult question.
I mean, you guys are free to look at a list yourselves if you are having a hard time deciding. I am just
I think
drawing.
it was
Potato.
the deck of many things.
I am pulling a list. Well, faster, dang it. Website I'm using is slow.
Let's see. List of magic items 5e.
Honestly, I think what would be my favorite would depend on, like, situations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess maybe a Ring of Wish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there is no Ring of Wish.
I also like the Cloak of the Manta Ray because it's pretty.
Yeah. Ring of Three Wishes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's not actual D&D canon, but I can't answer a magic item question without at least honoring the question with the response, the flaming, raging, poisoning Sword of Doom
Sort of doom.
from the Adventure Zone. Alright, so the next question. If you had an IRL alignment, what would it be?
Chaotically.
Neutral leaning on chaotic good for me.
Same.
Whatever. That could be anything. It's the flip of a hat. Probably just. I'd usually just leave that to how other people see me, and then.
You're lawful good as fuck.
Mm.
You're so good. You obey so many rules and have so many like principles. I can't see you as anything else.
Yeah, but it's when I get to abandon those principles that I turn something else.
When do you abandon those principles?
If and or when I abandon those principles.
That means he knows someone fucked up.
Him.
Are you just trying to seem like a bad boy?
Nah,
Are
I
you
know
a bad
I'm not.
boy? Are
I'm
you
not.
a bad boy? Do I
I'm
need to come
not.
over and punish you?
I'd like to see you try.
Give you a spanking?
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, he's being rebellious. I love you. I love you. I promise.
All right. Yeah.
I love you.
I mean,
I'm just teasing
I know.
you.
Yeah, I'm being a brat. What you gonna do about it? That's how I'm getting off. Come on.
That is not for this stream. I'm gonna take another shot.
I know.
Teddy is sleepy boy. He has a pillow.
Good shit. I should probably save.
You think?
There we go. If you had to date one of your characters, which one would you pick? Nolan,
A kill.
because he's got money.
That's actually a hard question for me. Because I not only think about would I date them, but would they want to date me?
That's true. That's true. I don't think I'd want to
A
date
kill.
Nolan. I would want to marry Nolan for his money.
You'd want to be a sugar baby.
Oh, 100%.
I don't. If it comes to NPCs, although I don't know when it comes to NPCs though, probably Valig though.
Out of, like, my PCs, my player characters, I think the one that I would have the best compatibility with might be either Hazel or, yeah, I think out of my PCs it would be Hazel. Because
me,
he is, he's a lot more down to earth, despite, like, most of my characters being, like, super sassy and kind of crazy. And I think he and I would have a closeness of, like, shared experiences. He's definitely, out of my player characters, the most close to my own personal backstory as far as his backstory goes.
Yeah. A kill is for my player characters, but for NPCs, I don't think I know.
I'm trying to think for NPCs for me. Maybe Zaid.
For me, it'd probably either be Ramas or Rowan. Like Ramas.
Oscar.
Are you really stealing my man? Are you
He's
really
got charm.
stealing my man?
He's got charm.
Are you really stealing my
He's got charm.
man?
He's got
Could you?
a big dick. He can be a switch. Listen, man. I'm
Greg,
playing him.
calm down.
I'm playing him.
Fuck up!
Keep that in mind. He's got a deep southern accent. Like, yeah, I can make him like go higher pitch too.
Stop it!
I'd love to make him go higher.
Stop it! Stop! He's
Threesome.
in the words of the Duke, he's mine.
For me, it'd probably either be Ramas or Rowan. Although with Ramas, there's the issue of him having pretty bad philophobia. So if he did fall in love, he'd be not so great for a while. Because
Yeah.
he would be scared of me.
Yeah. Although if I
Rowan,
would,
her and I are just
if I were
both
to,
opposites.
yeah, if I were to date of other PCs, because I'm biased, Temperance. NPCs is Oscar.
Well, also with Temperance, her boobs are the size of her head.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of like all you
Okay.
guys' PCs. Like who would I be compatible with?
Bean?
I can see.
Yeah, I think Arenda.
Yeah, Arenda's pretty is the most flexible I think.
Arenda, Asir, or Ostra.
Oh yeah, Astra. I was a mix between Astra and Temperance for me, because Temperance is just the kind of. I know there's yeah, it's not just for the physical aspects. It's just the way that you play her Rex. It's that kind of it's the chipper attitude that despite everything going to shit's that attitude that's there, but you know that there's pain underneath.
Literally a Disney princess.
Yeah. She's really, okay. I know bimbo doesn't have, the same connotation as himbo, but, she is indeed sweet, very sweet. And she knows when to, throw it down
Oh no, she
when
is a
it's time to
bimbo.
throw it down.
She's 100% a
Yeah,
bimbo.
yeah. Yeah, but, she's really sweet.
Have you seen okay, so there's this thing because bimbos are making a comeback, but they're
Yeah.
not So there, to be a bimbo is to toe the line between luxury and tacky, and you're airheaded and you don't have a care in the world, but the modern bimbo values rights for everybody and calls their senators and spits on transphobes. So
Yeah, basically,
it's
that's
absolutely the modern bimbo.
Modern bimbo.
Yeah, she's a modern bimbo, and she's also got like a certain je ne sais quoi to her, and because she's got a sense of style.
She's got big titties.
pretty- Aside from that, okay, Rex.
Gaudy, that was the word I was looking for, not tacky. Gaudy.
Gaudy.
And that's 100% like Temperance's style.
Gaudy in an elegant way somehow.
Yes.
And she also just seems super open. She's super open-minded, I think, to a lot of things.
Oh, absolutely.
And also like she's nice. She's a nice person. She's a nice person to others.
Aww.
Like even those that like you've played her like as like a pretty. At first, like she was you wanted to play her as a bitch, but then it just turned into her being like really nice to other NPCs. And it's just that charm. It really is like you don't see that a lot. Like good looking and has like a good character about them. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. For
She got the big
Oscar.
titties.
Oscar also has like the same characteristics as Mem, except for the fact that he's got something again. And how compatible that he is. Again, he's Christian. I would say, okay, I'm basically doing Moulin Rouge. It's like the entire, like those two. I would definitely be okay with a threesome with dating either of those. So that's basically what they are. And Oscar but also Oscar, I made him have a little bit of a thing, but I don't talk about that. I'm not talking about it because that's spoilers.
Baby. If you hurt him,
You already
Rex,
know.
it's a little late for that.
if you hurt him,
You already know
I
that he's
will
hurt.
fuck you up in a Denny's parking lot when we meet. No cap.
Rex, he's already been hurt. Do you mean if you hurt him more?
Yes.
Because he's already been hurt. It's late for that. Like 200 years
Also,
late.
Temperance has like this thing of like, has a thing of like, it's a minor thing, but like, there's this thing in her story that's about redemption. There's a small bit of redemption in her story, but also like trying to move on that I relate with.
Yeah.
And making new connections.
I'm glad you guys like my girl.
As for Astra, it's basically how I see it is just like, what if the princess went to go save the knight, kind of deal. I forgot what movie it was from, where that little thing was done. I forget. I don't remember it. But Astra gives off those vibes of like, I am soft boy, but I will do anything for my man, and I will kill anyone who comes in. I won't kill anyone who comes in my way, but I'll at least try.
Don't get Nella to kill them.
Something. I want something. I want my husband back. Damn it! Can I just have him back?
He won't kill them. He'll get Nella to kill them.
And there's something about like their relationship with Anemos and Astra that's just like that's goal. Those are goals, dude.
They really are a couple goals.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh man, actually now I think about it, Anemos is pretty hot.
I
haven't like
fuck.
I haven't shown much of him because he's been the damsel in distress kind of situation. But like me doing this specific iteration of Anemos was, yeah.
All right, the next question is is there a character you want to play but haven't had a chance to play yet? I
Oh,
think
don't even get me started on that.
I think I got that chance the other night with Face Sister's Fate with Vila. Um, but there were also a bunch of characters that I've like either played like once and haven't been able to take out again or like finish their stories. I have that with Jasper, my Raven Queen paladin, Mealy, who's this retired adventurer warlock of mine, Maud, he is a Water Genasi bard that I came up with. Who else? Gherkin! I have not had the chance to play Gherkin, and I made him so long ago. I want to play Gherkin so badly. He is, I don't. Did I ever tell you about Gherkin, Malin?
I don't know.
He is a goblin boy scout.
Oh yeah, you have.
Scamp.
He
Sounds
Scamp.
adorable.
he's a Beastmaster Ranger. Um, and basically his start to adventuring happens when he is on a trip on a mission with his scout team, and his scout master is like, "Hey kid, go grab some sticks." And then like the rest of the troop like abandons him, but he doesn't know that.
Oh, that's mean.
And he along the way while fucking finding some sticks or whatever, he meets an abandoned mastiff from like a palace guard or something, like a guard dog.
Oh, poor puppy.
And he's like he makes friends with the mastiff, and I am drawing fucking eyelashes wrong. Anyway, so he befriends the mastiff and names him Slobber.
Oh,
And
of course he does.
he's if I start him at level 1 anywhere, or whatever level you get your like companion at starting out, so I think that's 2 for ranger. If I just start him out like really early like that, his mission would be to find the rest of his scout troop.
Aww.
But if later on, like, he does, like, find out, like, they left him behind, he would just be like, well, I'm gonna be the best wilderness explorer scout on my own. And I'm gonna get all the badges.
Oh.
He's kind of like Russell from Up meets Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Nice.
I think I had a Horizon Walker Ranger, which was Shifter, who would just like pop out of portals and like would come out, and he's like that space cop, but more ethereal and like actual like reasons to like you could put him in anywhere. He would be more of like a multiverse campaign kind of guy.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. I think I named him something like Swift or something, but I think there was another, but I think I remember you telling me about like a campaign that you were in, Rex, where like machines were frowned upon and nature was the good guy. I don't remember the exact specifics. I think it was Max's campaign.
Oh, Marius, yeah.
Marius's campaign. So if I was in that campaign, I just remember thinking of a character, his name, a Warforged, just a Warforged, like, you know, and having him be like this ancient sort of tome of knowledge, or just like a byproduct of what industrialization is, and I was going to name him Spartan or Hoplite.
I like Hoplite.
Yeah, Hoplite. And his thing is that he was just brought up, I think he's like the last of, think of a statue like coming to life, like he's the last of a already destroyed civilization. And this one Warforged is like, he has no purpose in life and all he has to do is wander. But the big thing about him is that like his main thing I would have him do is wield 2 tower shields, or like 2 sort of like, again, Spartan shields, because those things are massive.
and just like have his arms be like that, just a big, bulky warforged. They can probably cast spells from those very same shields to at least give something. But he's a protector like unit, and he just was never turned on. And the moment he just turned it on to like do his thing, no one's there, no one's like there to do anything. So he's just kind of like, I'm just gonna walk around. I really like the wandering like foreigner types. I do have like another warrior who has a more Chinese looking aesthetic. The movie Shadow. I have that kind of like character design set in mind. I don't have a name for him, but the armor design for like the character from to have that like that oriental feel, like a dude that's coming from some other part of the world that's super out of place and a fish out of water, but kind of is okay with that. Like he's alone, but until he meets a couple of friends and he learns all that stuff, and I don't know, it's just like learning to make new friends, but also learning new cultures and new things about this new land. Just I really like those stories, like those stories of just like exploration and the mysterious. Like
Hmm.
I'm a wanderer. Like you can just put this guy, like any of these characters in like any world, and they'd probably work. A seer, you could plop him down into. He's written in a way that you can plop him down anywhere, and he'll work in whatever setting you want.
Yeah,
If a bit,
same way.
yeah, yeah, and same for Rib as well as like stuff with, you know. But Hoplite is definitely a war. I always wanted to play those Warforged guys because just a robot trying. Like, oh, he's not technically a war robot, but he's a being that's neither human nor that has consciousness, but like that has like very little in the way of things that makes him human. It's trying to humanize that robot, or like sort of like the Terminator, like learning through programming, but kind of deal, and just getting like a lot of like Bastion vibes from from Overwatch, like Bastion Overwatch vibes. You know how he's like all in tune with nature, but also just kind of like wanders around.
Yeah.
That's Hoplite. Because he's just got two big ass massive shield arms and just walks around. He doesn't know what he's doing with his life, and maybe with the party he can find a purpose.
Yeah, I have so many that I've never played, but two I would like to bring back are actually Rowan, because I do not like how her story ended in Storm King's Thunder, because it just basically cut off,
Oh yeah.
and that was sad.
I would
But
love
also-
to like revamp or bring back Sophie at some point too.
Yeah, that would be cool. But another character I'd like to bring back is actually a two-headed character that behaves like twins, and their names are Natalie and Zora Dots.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Yeah. It's basically like, you know how Deadpool has like two voices in his head? One impulsive, one more logical?
Yeah.
Yeah, with them, it's basically each of those has a face. It was fun. Especially when one of them is asleep and the other isn't.
I loved your character artwork for them too.
Thanks. But yeah. Those two characters were interesting. Although, Rex, didn't we say that Rowan exists in Dethroned, along with
I
Dell
think
and
so?
Wilma, and they're friends of, what's her name?
Natalia?
Yeah, is Natalia the kid? I'm horrible with
Oh,
names.
the kid is Rosa.
Yeah, as Rosa's friends, and Dell's their babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cute. Oh no, now I'm just imagining Dell babysitting the three of them. And Wilma acted up so he's carrying her under his arm like a sack of potatoes. Gremlin brain, no!
Alright, the next question. Are you a dice goblin or a dice minimalist?
I am neither. I am a dice dragon.
Dice minimalist. I'd save money.
Yeah, I need to save money, and lately I've mainly been playing online, so I haven't really had the need for a lot of dice, but I definitely want to make sure I have like dice sets that match all my different characters and stuff. Because I like themes. And finally, the final question of the D&D tag. What rule or mechanic have you never quite wrapped your brain around? All of them because I'm stupid.
I think I got
I'm just
most
kidding.
of them pretty well.
Sometimes I get really confused with dual wielding.
That's also another one I'm also kind of on to.
Especially because, like, I remember we made, like, Temperance a dual wielder, but I don't think she has the feet.
She does.
Oh, she does? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't remember. I have Swiss cheese for brain.
Same.
And that's the end of the tag, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
I had a fun time with it. I thought it was really cool and interesting.
Yeah.
Now I'm drawing little scales on Vanya's face, because he
Hell
is
yeah.
draconic sorcerer.
Dragon boy. Dragon boy. Oh, Legacy or Arena is actually also the type of character that you can just pick up and plop anywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually made them for a completely different campaign.
That's right, you did.
Pardon me. I see pretty dragon man.
Pretty dragon. Pretty dragon.
Rawr.
He has his skin now.
Ew.
I kind of, like, at first gave him this, like, Elsa, like, male Elsa type of look, because I wanted him to be, like, an ice-themed sorcerer. But then, with the evil twist at the end, I was like, I want him to be, like, Luke Skywalker in, Return of the Jedi. So I'm kind of trying to combine the two looks, almost.
Nice. I want to draw, but I don't know what to draw. I don't know what to draw because I have potato brain.
I also have potato brain. I have Swiss cheese brain. There are holes in my brain.
There are holes in my brain.
There are holes in my brain.
No.
Yes, there are holes in my brain. Oh, shit.
No.
There are holes in my brain.
Why, Rex's brain? Why you have holes? That is not fair. That is not fair.
It's mental illness, innit?
Should I just draw Rowan?
Do it. You should draw Rowan.
Rowan! You know, she'd actually be terrified of Nella.
Yes.
Absolutely terrified. She would hide from Nella. Actually, Rowan's a bit chunky.
I've always loved that about Rowan. I've loved her design and the way you did her character so much.
I haven't drawn her in forever. Yeah, Lawrence, I think you'd like Rowan. She's so sweet.
She's a sweetheart. She's so precious.
Just don't mention
Sweet.
orcs around her, otherwise she'll get upsetty.
Precious baby nerd.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna head into bed, y'all, because it's getting that time, and I have to go in early to wake up
Alright.
early.
I think I'm gonna cut the stream now too, because we did the tag. So and I'm just kind of drawing, but I'll still hang out in the server and stuff until I finish this piece.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Night,
Wherever you
Internet.
are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and stay cool and be